Hello to all of you from around the world. I want to welcome you back to another edition of Soulivity Today. We're broadcasting live from our studio right here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and on KMET 1490 AM radio in Southern California. You know me, I'm Brian Wesley Johnson. I'm the founder and CEO here at Soulivity. And I'm glad that you're here because we have an amazing show for you today. Listen, I'm joined today by this week's and today's co-host with for me. The host of Steps to Happiness is Teresa Greco. Hey, Teresa.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. You can't see me. Hang on one second. Here I am. How has your week been, Teresa? We missed you last week because you were like traveling, right?
No, actually, I was back last week, so it was a bit
Hmm.
of a whirlwind because it's like when you go away, then it seems that you come back to a whole bunch of work that you now have to do and catch up on. So I am not only a certified life coach, but I also certify people who want to be life coaches. And so when I got back, I had a 2 day life coach certification course that I was delivering. So
Wow.
I had to prepare for that and deliver that. So it was a bit of a whirlwind. And then I took this weekend just to I did some writing because I had I
Mhm.
had an editorial that was due, and so I did some writing, and now it's Monday.
Yay! And you're here so that we can like get you motivated for the rest of the week because you've been like on a whirlwind.
Yeah, that's why I need to show that's why I need to show up, so it make me feel good for the whole week. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I'm glad you had safe travels. I'm glad you got back.
Yes.
Um, so much is going on in the world. I mean, it's just like, we had our first Hot Astrology Friday show with Sonia Francis, and she was talking about the fact that there's this really powerful time. It's the Sun and Scorpio conjunction, and it made a lot of sense because I've been like so busy with different things, been able to handle it all, but it's just been like energetically like really powerful right now. So it's like, okay, that's why I've been so busy, you know.
Oh,
So
that's interesting. Maybe that's what's
right.
affecting me too. That was what, on
See,
Friday? That was Friday's
well,
show?
it's a 2 year. It's on Friday's show, so go check it out. Everybody, go check out
Yeah, I
Friday's show.
will. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
um, where um, she talks about all of this, and it's a 2 year cycle, and it's amazing. It'll help you, take all of what we're like talking about today, and hone it because she said like right now you can take and seize the day in terms of like changing some habits. It can put more energy and more, it can empower like your drive and passions. And so like really is a great time to do a lot of different things. And she said, yeah, it's a 2 year cycle. So for the next 2 years, this cycle will be there and then it kind of dissipates. And so, it goes up and down.
Mm.
So yeah, really cool. Um,
Yeah, really cool.
um, what's also really cool?
Mhm.
Today's show.
What? You? Oh, you?
Oh,
You and today's show.
thank you. We have another fantastic Motivational Monday show for you guys. This is where we bring you stories from around the world that will help you get motivated and inspired to start your week, right? So let's get to today's first story. Uh, Teresa, you know that I'm from Detroit and I love my
Mhm.
hometown. And it meant a lot of things for me, but always two things in particular. One was, of course, the great music, that was there, Motown and Greystone Jazz and all this great musicians and singers that come from there. And the second is cars. And we love cars. I mean, I love cars. Well, a group of students from the Netherlands Technical University of Eindhoven are on a mission to tap into the sun, the Earth's biggest energy source. Well, they built Stella Terra, believed to be the world's first solar powered off roading vehicle, bringing it from concept to reality in less than a year. So, Teresa, check this out. This is a story from Inside Edition.
A solar-powered car trekked off-road through the deserts of North Africa. No gas station stops or pauses to charge a battery. This car gets its power from the sun. Solar Team Eindhoven is a group of students from the Netherlands Technical University of Eindhoven who are on a mission to tap into the sun, the Earth's biggest energy source. They built Stella Terra, believed to be the world's first solar-powered off-roading vehicle, bringing it from concept to reality in less than a year. The team faced challenges building a car that was able to handle the tough conditions of off-roading, but also remain efficient and light enough to be powered by the sun. To test their concept on steep inclines and rough desert roads, the students brought Stella Terra to Morocco. Morocco gets more than 300 days of sun per year and has made farming solar power a national priority. Stella Terra successfully drove over 1,000 kilometers, about 621 miles, through Morocco, proving solar power and brilliant students are our future.
Yes, 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 yes. That is so cool. I love it. I love it. The
Yeah,
Green Monster, Stella Terra.
yeah. I love
So
that.
what do you think? What
I
did you
like
think?
that. I like that because there's no battery involved, right? The battery part of all of this electric vehicle
Right,
push for all of this, it bothers me. The battery part really bothers me. The mining
right,
that's
right.
involved to create the battery,
Yeah,
and sometimes in some cases, depending on where that's happening, there's children and people getting sick
yeah.
from the mines, and then the disposal of the battery too is
Right.
also very challenging. And in some cases, I heard they are throwing the used batteries in the ocean, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's being pushed out into the water and disturbing
Absolutely.
aquatic life. So we are actually not making a difference when you have to mine lithium and then
Right.
you're just putting it into the water and destroying the water afterwards. Like we're not any further ahead. So um yeah, this would be a great solution to that battery. And also the just the charging stations for the vehicles too,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
aesthetically they're not great.
Yeah. Not yet. Great yet. I think they're going to get better. I think as the technology changes and they make, strides around, like you said, like, I think we want to be able to store the energy somewhere. I think
Mhm.
the greatest alternative right now is going to be somewhere around combining solar with hydrogen, right? Somewhere around there, right? Where if it's not running off solar energy, then it runs off hydrogen, specifically because hydrogen, the output of that is just water, right? And so it's a
Mhm.
beautiful
Mhm.
way of
Mhm.
having the combination. I mean, we did a story I think last month on either a motivational Monday or maybe a hot topics Friday, where they talked about the fact that even airplanes are moving toward hydrogen as a alternative to jet fuel because again, they can use the hydrogen to power the engines, but the output of those engines is just water vapor. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
which is
Yep.
basically, it's harmless to, our climate
Mhm.
and that kind of thing. But I think you're right. I think that, you know, um, um, there has to be, you know, something around battery technology where one, we can recycle it, right, more
Yeah.
effectively,
Yeah.
because we have
Yeah.
enough. material right now to be able to just to recycle and never have to mine again, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Which could, change the economies and all that kind of stuff where they move
Mhm.
from mining to recycling. But
Mhm.
we'll see. I mean, I'm just glad that these students took the initiative and went out here
Mhm.
and are trying to make a difference. Especially the fact that they did this, 1,000-kilometer or 1,000-mile trip through Morocco, which was just amazing to me that they were able to do it. Let me just make sure I said that right. It's 1,000 kilometers, 621 miles in their vehicle. So pretty cool. Way to go. Way to go, kids. Way to go. Um, um, do you remember your first car, Teresa?
Yeah, that's such a good question.
Well, think about it.
Luckily, I didn't have my own ever. I had borrowed my parents' vehicles.
Well, think about it.
So,
Yeah, think about that
yeah.
because in the next segment, we're going to talk a little bit more about first cars, but specifically how this first car meant to a young man who's now an older man and his father. So we'll be right back. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay? Bye. Hi there. This is Brian with Soulivity.com. I want to share some exciting news about our new Aspire Academy by Soulivity. Now, you probably want to know what the Aspire Academy by Soulivity is. Well, it exclusively connects you with people around the globe and who share the intense desire to improve themselves and create a better life for themselves today. There's classes, there's workshops, there's live events, and even more exclusively just for you. You see, I wanted you to have a safe space where you could grow, you can learn, and it would empower you in all aspects of your life, including your mind, your body, and your soul. So, how do you get started? Well, it is so easy. First of all, the best part, joining Aspire Academy is absolutely free. Just click on the Join Now button, sign up, and begin your journey. As a special part of this invitation to you, there are some free courses that are available for you to try from our amazing roster of coaches and collaborators. It's our way of saying thank you for all of your support and being with us along our journey of expansion. I hope you enjoy the Aspire Academy by Soulivity today. Start the process. Learn more about your passion, your purpose, and how to live a higher quality life. Hey, we are back here with more on Soulivity today. It's another motivational Monday where we bring you stories from around the world that will help you get motivated and inspired to start your week. And I'm back who's also back with us is Teresa Greco, the host of the Steps to Happiness show. So, Teresa, I was asking you before we went to break, do you remember your first car? It doesn't have to be the one that
Yeah,
you owned. Yeah. But it
right,
can be just
right.
what was your first car like if that your parents even let you like drive all
I can't remember it, Brian.
the
That's how like
time? There were so
insignificant it
many,
was.
I don't know if
It's
it was
so
the
insane. Yeah.
Porsche or the
Yeah, sure.
Jag.
It was the opposite. That's why it's like, was it the minivan or was it? Yeah, that's me. I'm like, oh yeah, was it the station wagon? Like, which one was it?
Hey, hey, don't sleep on the station wagon now. Well, listen, this next story is about a special car that reconnected a man to his father. This was decades after it was first bought by his father in the 1930s. So check out this story. It's from Mark 1333 YouTube channel.
A 194-year-old, Malcolm Stern from Rickmansworth, had been trying to create a model of his father's 1930s vintage car. So he went online to look for similar pictures, but found the actual car his dad used to drive, and it was up for sale on an auction website. Now he's the proud owner and has restored it to its original glory. Faye Barker reports.
A beautifully restored Talbot Darracq, a 1930s vintage car that's returned home to Rickmansworth. When he was a boy, 94-year-old Malcolm Stern used to be driven around in this car by his dad. And after finding it again by chance, he spent the last 3 years lovingly restoring it.
I spent about 1,000 hours on it myself, and I've had a firm of restorers helping me that did all the engine and mechanical work on it. I've got pictures of me and my sister. My father used to drive it to work.
So how were these two reunited? Well, Malcolm wanted to make a 3D model of the car so loved from his childhood to keep him busy in lockdown. And when researching online, he was amazed to find the actual car being sold at auction.
Amazed and excited. And my first thought was I'd like to buy it. But I went with my wife to set a viewing, and this was a wreck.
£6,000 later and many, many hours of loving restoration, the bright yellow beauty is back where it belongs. Now Malcolm wants to make the interior shine as much as the exterior, so he hasn't quite finished with this project yet.
It's a wonderful family heirloom. The car is actually, when I die, which won't be many years down the line, will go to be put in a crate and sent to America, where my son lives in Philadelphia, and it will then be his car, so it will stay in the family.
But all this love, a bit of luck and plenty of hard work means these four wheels should keep rolling for generations to come. Faye Barker, ITV News.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. I love it. I love it. That yellow convertible, you know. Oh man.
Very cool.
It just warms your heart, right? Where
Mhm,
you could just see the smile on
mhm,
this 93-year-old man, where it was like he was a kid again, riding in that car with his dad,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um, I also think that what a way to spend your time during the lockdown, during that whole period where I could just tell that this just empowered him during that whole time. Like, okay, can this
Mhm,
last a little bit longer until I finish building the car? You know, um, because he didn't have an idle mind. You know,
mhm,
he was like, wow, okay, I got this 3D model. Let me just see if I can rebuild this car. And he found the original car and the parts for it. And so just an amazing. What were your thoughts when you were seeing this show, this piece?
Yeah, that exact thing, that how in the heck was he able to find the exact one? But the condition of it
Right.
oh, right, it didn't look anywhere close to how it's been restored. So
Nah.
I was like, wow, that was a huge project, it looked like, to try to
Right.
resurrect that baby back to life.
Mhm.
So yeah, I thought that was great. Yeah, that he was
and
able to
and
find
what
the
a
exact
and what a
one somehow.
legacy too, right? That he's going to leave his
Mhm,
son. That
mhm,
he's already said that when he passes away, it's going to be shipped to his son
mhm,
in Philadelphia. So here's this beautiful Talbot convertible. You know, I could
mhm,
see riding in, Philadelphia, down the streets of
mhm.
Philadelphia somewhere. I mean, priceless, absolutely priceless. Um, so do you remember? I mean, you couldn't remember your first car. What was a car that you remember that was like special to you when you were younger?
You know, Brian, I haven't ever really been attached. I'm not, I would say like a huge car person. So I
Ah,
haven't ever
ah.
really gotten attached. But if I had to choose one, it would be the one that we just got rid of this summer. So it was
Okay.
the one that we bought for me to drive around like my babies. So it's the very
Oh, okay.
last one that I felt sad. We kept reviving it and reviving it. We thought it was dead because it's had transmission issues and battery
Uh-huh.
issues, and it was
Right.
like 11 years old.
Right.
So we drove
Right.
it like right to the ground.
Yeah.
And yeah, to the point that my son was even going to use it in a derby. So they had even taken some of
Wow.
the seats out of it. So it was literally just like a seat with a shell at the end. And yeah, like crazy. That's how long we'd had it. And then this summer it was like, okay, I think it's time to like. And so I felt a bit sad about that one because
Right.
yeah, it's been keeping it, what it, I mean, now my babies are big, but when
Right. Of course.
yeah,
Of course.
it kept our family safe like right to the end. So I felt a little bit I shed a tear for that one. What about you?
The one car that's kind of coming up for me. I mean, I'm a car lover. I love me some cars. I just grew up around them. It was this one like transitional car I had. It was a Subaru GL, four-door, and it was a four-door sedan GL. I can't remember the
Mm-hmm.
year. It had to have been like in the 80s or 90s or something like that. It had a cute little four banger, uh, flat four, and it was burgundy. And that car, again, I ran that car into the ground until it couldn't run anymore. Um, but the things that I kind of remember the most are things like, um, I remember one winter in Detroit where, I mean, you're in Toronto where the windshield can get really, really brutal. And with the terms
Mm-hmm.
of the temperature, and the temperature was something like 19 or 20 degrees below zero temperature.
Mm-hmm.
And with the windshield, it was 60 below. And
Mm-hmm.
this was in Fahrenheit,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh my
And
God.
I saw all these people, I hadn't really planned for it. And, because they've been telling, hey, go to the grocery store, make sure you get some food, da 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 da, da, and I hadn't really planned for it.
Mm.
And so I had to go get food that morning, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm seeing people out and about, you know, with jumper cables trying to start their cars because it was so cold. I go out
Oh,
to my
yeah.
car. I'm like, okay, man, I wonder if my car is going to actually start. Turned over on the first time. I said, I love this car. I love this car.
The trusted baby. The trusted baby.
Hey, those Subarus were built, boy. They were built to
Yes.
last,
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, these, even though you're not a car lover, you still connect with a car because you spend all this time in it. You have adventures in
Mhm,
it,
mhm.
especially,
Yeah.
your babies were babies when you first got the car. I mean, so that must mean a lot. So like, sports events and going
Mhm.
to the movies and shopping and all these different things you've had in your vehicle.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
it makes a lot of
and
sense.
that was well, because then I went and tried to take out anything that was kind of remaining of value before the tow truck guy came.
Yeah,
And
of
that's
course.
exactly what was in there. It was like little bits of
The
toys and
voice.
McDonald's French fries, right? That had fallen between the seats. Really, Brian, you're right. It was like
Like,
I was like, oh, and the
oh,
crayons. Yeah, and the bits of crayon, and I was like, and the beads. And I'm like, oh, like it.
yeah, it all comes back. It all comes back.
Yeah.
See everybody, this is what we're doing here. This is all about motivation, right? So when you're in your car next time,
Mhm.
just kind of, especially if it's an older car, take a time and have some of those memories. Just don't make it about your commute and all that kind of thing. Think about your car, like, wow, what memories have I had in this car
Mhm.
that, I'll
Yeah.
always take with me for the rest of my life. So listen, we're going to take another quick break, everybody, and we'll be back with more of Soulivity Today on our Motivational Monday show in about 2 minutes.
Do you see me kneeling on this dual roller called Parasetter? It's actually comfortable because of this channel and the softness of the special foam. It feels like my kneecaps are being massaged. When I lie down, my spine is housed in this channel, while the convex rollers massage my muscles. They let go and lengthen. There's a traction effect from my head on the headrest and my mid-back from the rib wrap, which hugs me. When I start the breathing sequence, I feel calm because my cortisol levels are dropping. Lower cortisol means bye-bye constant hunger. Parasetter is 40 inches long and much more comfortable than old-style rollers, but it weighs only 10 ounces. Parasetter, just like Pilates was, is no longer an insider secret. Do yourself a favor. Reset your parasympathetic nervous system. Defeat stress. Lying, sitting, kneeling, or standing. This unique patented roller helps everyone.
Six years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Soulivity.com now.
Hey, everybody, we are back with more of Soulivity Today on a Motivational Monday show where we are talking about all these great stories that you can use to help get you motivated and inspired for the rest of your week. And I'm joined today by Teresa Greco, just my partner in crime when it comes to these shows. You know,
Love it.
so here's another little question for you, like try to go back down memory road. Do you remember what your loves were when you were like 14? I mean, this is like you're almost a mid-teenager now. Do you remember
Mhm. Mhm.
what were
Mhm.
you into back then, other
I
than boys?
loved ah, I loved I loved
I
fashion. I loved fashion magazines. Um, I loved, we also liked making jewelry like with beads, my
right.
friend and I. So most of it was like hanging out with friends, but we used to love like going to grab fashion magazines and looking at the models. Back then it was all
Oh,
about the
yeah,
supermodels.
yeah, yeah.
Then, yeah. And yeah, that was my love, fashion
Well,
and
14,
clothes.
14. So between music and clothes and fashion, my brother was like back then was like the GQ man. I mean, he worked at this great tuxedo shop in Detroit called Valentes. And so the owner was like, you got to come there dressed, right? You have to come there dressed to be able to work.
Mm,
And the high school that we went to in Detroit, it was, one of the top high schools in the country. And, it was kind of like that whole, like a Detroit version of 90210, where everybody was like dressed. And, remember the preppy days, like everybody, the dress with
yeah.
the prep stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So everybody was
Yes.
dressing
Yes.
like that back then. And so I thought about all that. I wanted to ask you what you were doing back then. And I found this great story that's going to put us both kind of to shame.
Okay.
Yeah, Janelle Dow, who is also 14. She's 14 now. Spent her time devising an innovative solution to a real world challenge that is affecting millions of people from around the world. Because of her hard work, she won this great, amazing scientific award, Teresa. And so we're going to learn a little bit more about this amazing young lady from the Society for Science YouTube channel.
And I'm excited to be a Broadcom Masters finalist. 3 to 6% of adults have carpal tunnel, while 12% have osteoarthritis. And it's a really big problem because those are hand disabilities that make it painful to use a key. So my product is basically a way to open doors using your feet. And you can unlock and lock a door by stepping on a pad. The impact of this is it helps people because they have access to their private lives, and while accessibility in the general public has improved, private access hasn't to the same extent. The reason I chose this project is because my grandpa had arthritis, and I grew up hearing stories of him struggling to open doors. It would be an unspoken rule that we would open doors for him, so I really wanted to help him with that. People with hand disabilities shouldn't need to rely on others for simple tasks like opening a door.
And the Lemelson Award for Invention goes to, from San Jose, California, Janelle Dow.
I was so surprised when I went up. It was the greatest feeling in the world. I don't want to stop here. I want to keep innovating. I want to keep going. And I also hope to inspire other people my age to show that just because you don't know something at the beginning doesn't mean you can't learn it, and it doesn't mean that you can't achieve amazing things.
Janelle, go girl, you go. Yeah, so not that doesn't mean that she wasn't doing like fashion and stuff like that and like beating, listening to music. I'm sure she does those things too. But just what an amazing young lady, putting her mind and her heart forward to something that even affects her family, right? Her grandfather, with this particular tool. Yeah, and we put the link to the story in our chat, everybody. So if you want to learn more about the Society for Science and all the amazing things that they're supporting kids doing in terms of innovations and that kind of thing that'll affect how our world is, go check it out. Go check out that link. So what do you think about that story, Teresa?
This is what stood out for me, is that it's beautiful the way life guides us and is constantly showing us more about ourselves, and that the challenges and adversity that we each face that's individual to us in our own personal reality is there guiding us like a compass when these challenges happen. And so it's beautiful that through that self-reflection she was able to acknowledge something that was personal to her in her life, which were her grandfather's challenges, and use that as inspiration to guide her towards doing this project that then ended up giving her this award. And so I think if we all looked at life in that same way, that the challenges that because they're all unique to each of us based on what on a soul level we want to learn, grow, and expand through while we're here, that instead of having those things either knock us down or make us think poorly about ourselves, to think how could we use what life is trying to show us and what we're learning about life to be able to make a positive difference in the world because of those challenges. So that's what stood out to me.
Oh, that's perfect. I don't think I have anything to add to that. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. Listen, everybody, we're going to take another quick break, and we've got our last really heartwarming story coming up in just a second. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes. can find all of the Satana products at our Go shop at go.soulivity.com.
Have you ever asked the question, if I was to be anything, what would I be? Regardless of money, regardless of status, beyond popularity and fame. Living your passion, feeling your life has purpose. Soulivity is a space to nurture that which lives in all of us. A place where work can become play, and doing what we love creates the dreams of a lifetime.
Hey, we are back with more on Soulivity today. Again, it's another a Motivational Monday show where we are bringing you stories from around the world. Joining me again is Teresa Greco. Teresa, you have pets, right?
No, I don't. No, pets
I
are
thought you
like
had a pet.
babies. No. Pets are like babies. I don't need any extra babies, Brian. No.
Well, you everybody remembers our dearly departed Minnie, the cat, who sometimes would show up on like teleconference call, video conferencing calls and stuff. I mean, you remember Teresa. Well, our pets and our animals, I think about it and I said there's something about the power and the healing energy of our fuzzy friends. Well, our last heartwarming story, Teresa, is about Poppy the pony. What a great name, Poppy, who has a sixth sense of empathy that makes her the perfect therapy animal to connect with elderly people in her local community. Here's more from ABC's Good Morning America. Enjoy, everyone.
Look, I've got a pony to see you. This is Poppy.
When they're asked, do they want to have the pony in their bedroom, everybody normally says yes.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to expect, but as soon as she jumped up, her expression was just amazing. It was so lovely.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Can I touch him?
Of course.
Hello, darling. Hello. Oh, what are they doing with my baby? Hey, give me a kiss.
She'll give you a kiss. She'll give you a kiss.
Beautiful.
Poppy's really good with the elderly. She's very, very sensitive. She's very quiet and calm and slow.
It's Poppy.
She is very empathetic. She's incredibly kind. She's got like a sixth sense. She just knows. She knows to be gentle and to be patient and to be kind. She's just very tactile. She loves just literally standing sometimes and just soaking it all in, and especially if someone is very frail or very elderly, she will be so gentle and kind and just rest her head on their lap, and it's just beautiful. It's really lovely to be able to bring the outdoors in. The elderly love the interactions and the conversation, and it's something for them to communicate with and about, and they feel and touch, and I just think it's a really lovely thing that they're able to do. Not a lot of them can get out and about, so the fact that we can visit them, we can go inside, so magical.
Come and see me again. You're beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Poppy. Hi, Poppy. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh my God, so wonderful. So wonderful, because for me, Brian, I grew up working in a long-term care facility for 10 years, from like 14 to 24. And so they have such a special place in my heart. It was so nice.
Oh, see, it's inspiration, everybody, even for us.
Yeah, I think I need to go. I need to go and do some volunteer work. I think I need to do that. It's so nice.
Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
The little, you never, ever, ever know what is going to affect someone's life in such a positive way. And so here are these people who are in the twilight of their lives. And here's Poppy coming in here, bringing them joy and making them feel as young as they want to be, you know. You know what I mean? It you just feel it. You just feel it, right? And bless the people that thought of this, and thanks to the hospitals and the other facilities, the senior facilities that are allowing this to happen, because it's necessary. It's really, really necessary.
And I would never have thought that you could bring in a horse. Like, I was like, a horse? Like,
right,
really?
right.
Poppy's
Like,
not that big though. She's not. She
yeah,
looks as
she's
big
little
as
small.
like
Yeah,
a big sized dog. Yeah.
right, right. You know, and she was just so calm and so just gentle, and you could tell that as soon as she came into the room, it's like those elderly people just like lit up like a light bulb, and probably even brought back memories for them when they were young, you know, and how much they enjoyed being around animals and that kind of thing. Especially that part of England and that kind of thing. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Thank you so much.
I did not know that about you. I did not know you worked in a senior facility.
Yeah, they have a special place for me. So that's when I'm like, maybe I need to think about going to do some form of volunteer work. So I'll have to think about that. Feeling a
Well,
bit
listen,
called,
everybody.
So thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. See, this is how we do it. This is how we do it, everybody, for Motivational Mondays. Listen, stick tight. We got more Soulivity Today coming up in just a second.
Hi there, Sheila Applegate here with some exciting news. I've joined the incredible Soulivity team as the host of the new Consciously Awesome live show, where I will be sharing insights to help you discover your full brilliance and claim the vibrant life you deserve. So tune in every Wednesday right here on Soulivity TV to join the fun, and remember to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an awesome week, and I will see you on Wednesday.
Would you like to be one of the first people to experience mental freedom? Mental freedom is a coaching practice with 6 core principles: improving hope, self-efficacy, optimism, resilience, and general well-being. Mental freedom only takes 6 sessions. It is designed to give you the tools you need to help yourself. It can help with any situation: relationship problems, past trauma, career decisions, parenting challenges, addiction, and mental health concerns. Incorporating the Mental Freedom Framework into your life will deliver an approach to master any situation and a pathway toward achieving inner peace. Mental freedom provides the information and tools that you need to grow and be bigger than anything that ever happens to you. So if you're looking for one-on-one or a group coaching program that will allow you to address any situation that comes up in your life with practical tools to give you more peace and joy, then join the Mental Freedom Program in Soulivity's Aspire Academy. There are very limited spots available, so don't delay. I hope to see you there.
Hey, we're back with more here on Soulivity Today. Let's get to some Soulivity shameless plugs. Got shameless plugs. Again, I've gotta create something for that. That's just like
Oh,
getting a little
jingle.
old. Little jingle. Teresa, we've been telling people about this amazing program called Mental Freedom for a while now. You can learn more about it by going to soulivity.com/Teresa Mental Freedom, one word. Um, this is an amazing opportunity for people to really spend some one-on-one time with you, number one, which you're amazing, and
Thank
learn
you.
about all these different tools and processes to really help them empower themselves with mental freedom. Can you tell people just a little bit more about this program?
Yeah, thank you. So I
Hmm.
look at happiness as a two-sided coin. One side of the
Hmm.
coin might be that you have some blocks that are preventing you from feeling a happiness that is always within you to feel and to feel in abundance. The other half of the coin is what steps are you taking, how much time are you making to connect with that place of happiness. So there are tools on both sides of the coin, tools that help you to remove the blocks, and the blocks, are different and numerous. And the other side is tools that help you to feel that happiness. And so the mental freedom program really complements dealing with those blocks. And so the blocks could be stuff that is robbing your mental freedom, on a day-to-day basis, just like new stuff that pops up. It could be stuff from the past that is still lingering. And then some
Hmm.
people are also very much stuck in the future with a lot of like worry and doubt and fear. And so the
Right.
program in just 6 weeks gives you a tool to learn every single week. And you then use that tool and apply it to something that's going on in your life. The program is designed to give you those 6 tools that is applicable to anything. So that's what we have
Hmm.
found from the different certified practitioners of the mental freedom program. So it's not actually my program. It was created by Kim Over,
Hmm.
and um, of the certified practitioners that she has delivering the program, there has not been a single situation where the mental freedom hasn't been able to be applied to. So that's why it
Wow.
really does help give you, this is what I need to really emphasize, is that it helps give
Hmm.
you the tools you need to help yourself, so that when this
Wow.
stuff comes up on a day-to-day basis, you have the tools. Because we're not taught these tools in school, right?
Right.
People are
Right.
just going
Right.
through life very reactionary, don't know how to process, different circumstances and events that,
Hmm.
we're carrying around with us and are preventing us from living our happiest life, but also like our optimum self. And
Right.
then
Right.
it just like, and that just extends to everybody else then, right? At work, we're not our optimum selves, and we don't present ourselves maybe the way that we want to in our personal lives too. So I really encourage people to go and check it out, because if you are ready to basically arm yourself and give yourself the tools that you need to help yourself, then this is definitely the program.
I completely agree with you. Again, everyone, highly recommend this. The price on this is outrageously
Mm-hmm.
low.
Mm-hmm.
And so go check it out at soulivity.com/Teresa Mental Freedom. That's all one word, Teresa Mental Freedom. At soulivity.com. You will not regret enrolling in this program. And then tell your friends after you've gone through this amazing experience about it as well. Listen, want to just do a couple of quick in-house uh, plugs for Soulivity.com, where you can learn more about your passion, your purpose, and learn how to live and create your best life today. Got some amazing new stories in here, including one on how you and your partner can get closer. It's always something that's important to do. Learning to grow and expand your relationship. Also, remember to check us out on social media, especially go subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can watch and replay all of our Soulivity TV shows, including Soulivity Today. All of our shows are there as well. Soulivity Today is also available on all your major podcast providers, so don't forget about that as well. Well, Teresa, we're coming to a close of our show today. Makes me sad. Makes me sad.
But we're motivated. We're motivated.
But we're motivated. We're sad, but we're motivated, right? Oh man. So no, Teresa, thank you for being here. As always, it's always a pleasure for you to be here. And everybody go check out Mental Freedom. So seriously, go check out Mental Freedom today. Listen, we're coming up on our last minute of our show. Just want to remind you that, listen, this is how we do it every single weekday here at Soulivity Today, where we broadcast live on all of the Soulivity.com platforms at 8 a.m. Eastern, or you can listen or watch us on KMET 1490 AM radio in Southern California at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Our wonderful partner out there, with Bill and Jesse and the whole crew who are out there. Hey guys, hey fam. Listen, until next time, keep driving yourself to live a life full of passion, purpose. We're trying to help you create your best life today. And so listen, for all of us here at Soulivity Today, we'll see you next time right here on Soulivity.com and KMET. Bye for now.
This work is subject to copyright owned by Affinity Global LLC. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this is expressly prohibited unless Affinity Global LLC has explicitly granted its prior written